Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick.
Chick.
Dang, Todd.
Monday morning live with Valerie and the Snots.
Yeah. So, how's everybody doing today?
Doing
It is
good.
Monday, the
Better than yesterday.
weekend after the unconfirmed rotation. Yeah, we had a tornado.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Blew some of your fence down, didn't it?
Yeah, about seven parts
Golly.
of my fence. So, yeah, did that and made a big old mess with some limbs, and yeah, it was crazy. It was scary. I was scared. I was.
I am interested in what Todd's doing.
Well,
Change the subject or anything. Come on now.
Todd, are you doing that
today
time?
is the first day of a
The rest of your life.
jump start,
Jumpstart.
and I'm supposed to drink one of these chocolatey drinks with almond milk, and yeah, the powder doesn't want to mix with the milk. It's just kind of globbing around.
You need to get
So
your
that's what I'm
nutrient
doing.
bullets.
Trying to mix this diet drink up. It's like,
Well, you need to. You're
looks
not.
like a mud pie.
You're poking it. You're not even mixing it.
Well, if I stir it too hard, I'll splash it all over my desk.
You
But,
need a bigger cup.
well, now you tell me. This is a 9-ounce cup, and I'm supposed to have 8 ounces of almond milk. So
You need
I
one of
thought
those.
that would be a good idea. But
One of those
apparently,
mixer thing diggers.
Yeah, you need a NutriBullet. Do you not have one?
oh,
Look through all your death pile.
What is that? An immersible blender or something like that?
yeah, we got all kind of crap like that.
Yeah. Why aren't you using that?
I don't know.
It tastes a whole
Because
lot better.
I didn't even think about it, and I'd have to.
What's the powder?
It's called lean.
Okay.
Lean on me.
Is it one of the
You're not strong.
quick starts from Gwen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Todd's gonna slim on down.
Yeah, I need to lose some more tonnage, man. I'm fat. Lean. There you go.
Okay.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I help you carry on.
Pinky Spine says Happy Flag Day. Happy Flag
Happy
Day.
Flag Day.
It's Flag Day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sound like me, Todd. What?
Tomorrow is, I don't see her on here yet, but tomorrow's Julie's birthday.
Yep.
She'd be 45?
She will be 32.
Okay.
No freaking way.
That makes me feel old, but I know how old I am.
Yeah.
I'm 52. So
Well, is the post office open
52.
today?
I'm not 52.
I think so.
51. 51. I'm not 52. I'm 51.
You're 52.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm thinking,
Oh, this year you're turning 50.
yes, yes, yes. Give me a few months, okay?
I had to think about it because I'm like, well, I'm 45 now. It's like whenever I come to the big numbers, like, like 40, 45, and then I can remember how old I am
Yeah,
because it like sticks in my head better.
Is there anybody
Right.
between you two?
no.
Dang, that's a big gap.
Mhm.
So, yeah, 7 years.
I was spoiled rotten when Sally came, and I
Rotten
did
for
not
sure.
like the fact that she came. I did not like it. I was not happy because I was like, "Hey, I'm over here. Where's all my attention?"
I think that my nephew's got a 6-year-old, and they're expecting another one, and
Cha-ching!
Cha-cha-cha-ching.
I'm expecting problems with that because she's daddy's girl, mama's girl, everybody's girl, and now she's got to share. She says she's excited about having a little sister, but
Oh, I'm sure she thinks she is.
I
Sounds
do
good in
think
theory, but man,
I think she thinks that it's going to have somebody to play with,
oh yeah.
but by the time the baby is her age now, she'll be 12 years old. She'll be moved on to other things.
Mhm.
So,
Good morning, Joanne and Hank and Shirley. Shirley says, I was worried about you, Valerie. I was worried about me too. I wasn't in the closet, but I was in the hallway because my dumbass went after, the winds are blowing and it's not raining. It's freaking sheets of rain.
did you want to get your broomstick and go for a ride?
Yeah. And so I went to the window, and now I know why they say stay away from the windows and go into an enclosed space. Because as soon as I opened that curtain, there was a limb that hit the window. I didn't break it, thank God. But I was like, yeah, that's the reason. Get your ass back in the hallway now. And then I was like, oh, this can't be good. But I would say now there was houses that got way more. There was a car that ended up in somebody's living room. There was roofs torn off, homes demolished. Some people say that it was straight line winds, but then others say that there was an unconfirmed rotation. So it could have been a little bit of both. I don't know.
What straight line winds mean?
But it basically it's just coming in full force. That's what I think it means anyway. I could be wrong.
Well, I'm
That's
glad you're
right, Mike. Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. It was pretty scary though. I did not. But damage wise, my fence, got pretty tore up, and I didn't have any shingles gone. My roof is still intact. My car was fine.
good.
So
Good, I'm
just a lot of trees down. I did not lose. I had a couple of flickers of the electricity going off and on, but never an outage. And my electric line stood the test. So
Yeah.
you know what? I'm pretty blessed, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It could have been worse for
It
sure.
could have been so much worse, but I'm glad I'm here today. So, but that was Friday. The rest of the day, it was picking up limbs and I was very happy with the community because everybody pitched in. They had, people were walking down the roads with chainsaws, looking to see if anybody needed any help. I mean, that I was very proud. This town hasn't really done a whole lot for me, but at that point I was like, yeah, this is, this is what it's about.
Yeah,
This is what it's about. People helping.
definitely.
I mean, I went over and checked with my neighbor across the street, and he's like 80 years old, and I went over there to check on them, and he was really concerned about the fence. And so he came over and he said, well, when the guy comes, he said, you come and get me and I'll help him with help you guys with the fence. And I mean, he's, I wasn't going to call him. I mean, I knew that as soon as the thing happened, like I realized the fence was down, I called the handyman. That's actually his name, the backyard handyman. So, and he used to do fences. So he was a perfect guy for the job.
He's the one that does your mow job, right?
He is the one that does a mow job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, he couldn't come until the next day, but he shut up.
I didn't say it. I'm just laughing.
I'm kidding.
Elric gets all the mow jobs.
Hey,
Patty,
hey.
Mr. Mike.
You know what?
Frankie says,
I'm very blessed.
Frankie says when I guess his baby brother got there. She said, I told Mom to take him back.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, in their infinite wisdom, tried to take they took the boys up to Maggie's Valley. And on a Friday morning, and then Roberta and I came up on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the twins were kind of wound up tight because they would probably been about 4. And Sergey would have been 5. And Sergey told my mom, she says, let's just take them back to the airport. Because that's the first time he saw them was when we came back into Charlotte's airport. He's like, let's take them back to the airport.
Morning, Lori.
Good morning.
Hi, Lori.
Good morning.
It is Monday. I'm so glad it's Monday.
What'd y'all sell?
What'd you all sell?
I sold 2 shirts and a hat.
Nice.
I sold
I sold one of those wide-brimmed men's hats, the Hershans, or
Pimp hat?
I can't remember what it's called, but I sold it for $37.
Nice.
And then sold a couple of shirts. That was 3 for me, but that's better than the one I had because I was like, holy crap, just one? What? That's all I'm going to get this weekend? And yeah, I was like, I need more. Hey, Tara.
I hadn't sold anything on eBay, but I sold some stuff on Craigslist.
Well, good.
I've been trying something new. I've created a YouTube channel just to put little short 60-second videos on of whatever item I'm trying to sell.
Oh.
And then in the Craigslist ad, I'm linking it to the YouTube video so people can see what it is.
Can you embed the video?
I just
Or
I just put a link to it.
okay, you could do that on eBay too.
I thought they did away with the links to videos.
No, not links. You embed the video.
Oh, you embed it. Oh.
Yeah, you use a converter. It's really easy though. Like
What's
if I
that?
can do it, it's easy.
Well, I'm doing stuff like a lot of books and things like that. Kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess, hard to do on. For me, it's hard to do on eBay.
So you'd rather do it locally.
Huh?
something that you would rather do locally,
Yeah, I'd just rather run out to the end of the road where I meet people at
that's good.
and do it that way. So
Yeah, I've been selling on Facebook Marketplace here quite a bit too.
That's good. Lori, how many you got?
I got 3. I got a one Macari. It's a blouse, and I sold 2 eBay. One's a Bakelite poker chip holder with the caddy,
Oh, nice.
and I sold that for 40. And then I have a vintage microphone. I sold it for 25. So,
Cool.
Good.
and I've acquired a approximately $20,000 antique fishing lure collection to sell,
Oh my gosh.
and it's
Grief.
probably a few thousand pieces. So I'm doing a consignment. So we're going to split 50-50. And I know the kid because I used to babysit him. And he come to me. He said, "Hey." And him and his wife got a divorce and he has nowhere to put it. So he says, "Can you sell it for me?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do that for you." I said,
Wow.
"I said 50-50 after fees and shipping." He said, "Works for me. Get what you can out of me." He said, "I spent over $20,000 on this collection and I have nowhere to keep it." He's living in a camper up the street.
Oh, wow.
And he's such a good kid. He's just, he used to follow us around fishing all the time when we were younger here fishing. So I know him personally, and he grew up to be a good boy. So, and his mom used to watch my sisters. So or my sisters used to watch his mom's. What I meant to say. Yeah. So I mean, it's close knit around here, and he came back. So
Yeah.
but
Cool.
Way to go, Joanne. She got 21.
21. Todd, how many you got?
Well, that cha-ching this morning brings it to 14.
Awesome.
But the good news is I sold 2 of the flukes over the weekend, so I am even money on the flukes with a couple of the good ones left to sell. So
Nice.
that
Good.
makes you, doesn't that make you feel good when you have a
Mm-hmm.
pretty substantial buy and then you reach the break even point and now the rest is profit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
are
not
you saying flukes or flute?
No, fluke.
fluke. FLUKE. As in electronic testing device.
Oh, okay.
As in a stroke of good luck.
Okay.
Baby, I got you.
Okay.
Said, hey.
Dang.
As in, Tom, you're a fluke of nature.
Is that a fluke or what?
Okay.
Oh my
It's a
god.
thermal
No,
imaging camera.
That one lot at auction was $1,100, so I broke over $1,100 back. Yesterday. Yeah.
Nice. Very
Brent's
good.
going to help you spend that $1,100 too, since she's home all the time now.
No, I'm just back to even. There's no profit there, but it's good to be back to even instead of losing money.
Yeah, back to the black. Back in black.
What you got?
25.
Only 25. Good job.
Yeah. Yesterday was I don't know. I need to write these numbers down because I never know. I think yesterday was a record sale day, money wise.
Oh,
Nice.
It was about 350.
good job.
So
350 for the day.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks, Mike.
I-
So that is the goal, is that I am going to be, because the fence is going to cost $500 to fix.
Wow.
Your landlord.
I don't have a landlord. My
You're your own
landlord is
landlord.
somewhere in Florida on a beach somewhere. I don't know where he's at. He basically has abandoned the house.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to get a hold of him. I don't know anything about him. I don't know nothing.
Valerie pays the payments. for the
I
house.
do not.
I know she does.
I do not have a landlord, so
It's you in the bank.
I have to pay that.
You still pay directly to the bank, don't you?
You betcha I do. I wouldn't pay it to him. There wouldn't be anything getting paid. He'd just take the money and put it in his pocket. So no, yeah, I make the payment directly to the bank.
I think
But
you should start applying for squatters' rights.
Anyway, so it's going to cost $500 around. I haven't got a real price or whatever, but that's the estimate. So it could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, whatever, but it's going to cost $500. If I didn't have Ringo, I'd just say screw it.
What kind
Yeah.
of fence is it?
Huh?
What kind of fence is it?
Wood,
I mean, is it like a
picket.
oh, it's a picket fence.
Yeah, but it's like I want to say it's like 8, maybe 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah.
Tall?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but there was, the post. There was 10 posts that were snapped at the bottom.
Do you not have any insurance on
Well,
renter's insurance or
I
anything?
have renter's insurance, but it's not going to cover a fence.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it only covers the
What's in the house?
yeah, it only covers the contents.
Oh.
It's not going to cover. Now, the homeowner's insurance might cover that,
My,
but I don't have any. That's not in my name. So I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
And like I said, if it wasn't for Ringo, I probably would just say, I probably wouldn't put it back up. But because I do have Ringo, I have to do it. So
Where's Ringo at?
I'm just
Hank says anything wood is hello expensive now. You're right.
yeah.
I went to get a couple of treated 2x4s, and they're like double the price of what they were.
Yeah, they're like gold right now.
Oh, it is. I mean, you've probably seen the memes on Facebook where people are talking about, 2x4s in the back of people's pickup trucks, and the meme is like, yeah, we get it. You don't have to show how rich you are, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
My niece and nephew just sold their house, and they're living with my brother and his wife until they get their new house built. And he's like, I don't know whether they'll be out of here in a year because the price of housing, the price of the materials to build their house is just, had jumped so that they're not sure they can afford to build what they were wanting to build. And what they're wanting to build is not a big house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His daughter said, well, when they closed out on their other house, he said, well, we're homeless now. And my brother said, he looked at Savannah, my niece, and her husband, and said, no, you two are homeless. Mason and the new baby, which is due anytime now, they have a place to stay.
Oh crap.
So, yeah. Anyway, so my goal is to, make. He won't be able to set the fence until we'll be working on it Friday and Saturday. So I want to have the money made
Right.
by the time it gets everything done, which I definitely don't think that's going to be a problem. So, yeah, that's the goal. Because I don't want that money to come out of my other money. I want to make it. That's
Mike said, you guys hear about the corporations buying up all the homes they can.
oh yeah.
Something is going down seriously.
Yep.
I don't know how it is around y'all, but if something people are buying, especially the people from up north,
Mhm.
I'm not going to use the Y word. The people up north that are moving south, they're buying houses down here via the pictures on the internet.
Yeah, sight
They're not
unseen.
even looking at houses. They're buying them up at like 10%. Their offers are like 10 to 15% more.
Wow. Makes you kind of wonder what's going on, huh?
They're getting out of New York
They must know something we don't.
and New York and Michigan, Illinois, California, Washington State, and Oregon.
Nobody wants to live in those cold states no more.
The expensive states.
I'm done. Done with the cold. But yeah, so it was a crazy weekend, but
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad I'm okay, and I didn't let that stop me. I kept cleaning up, and then yesterday I woke up and I was like, I'm painting today.
What the hell are you painting?
So I got a room painted, and it's going to be my photo room. So I'm excited about that. Get them all set up.
Yeah.
Todd,
I
she's
got
making
my
me feel
county
lazy.
tax appraisal last week, and my property went up 12,000. I thought I didn't add anything. What? They just want more tax money. So
Ours doubled.
yours, what?
Ours doubled.
In 1 year?
Yeah,
Holy shnikes!
because the appraised value has doubled
In 1 year?
in 1 year.
Wow.
Dang! Tom gonna be tax poor.
Joanne says our neighbor's place was only on the market 24 hours and sold for 30,000 over asking.
Well, I'm just waiting. Our brilliant city council is doing away with single family zoning unless you're in a subdivision that refuses. I mean, the deed is restricted to, you can't subdivide it or you can't put multifamily property buildings on your lot. This sucker's coming down, and there's a triplex going in here. As soon as they pass that, I can get $1,800 a month for each one of them.
So if you wanted to buy a house, you're too late. You should have already done it.
Wait 6 months.
It's going to be even worse.
No, it's gonna be. See, that's the thing is that a lot of people, including my older brother, bought a house that is the appraisal is really high on it, and there's some mortgages that have a clause in that says that if your property devalues below the balance on your mortgage, that they can either call in the loan, or you can have to put up more money.
Wow.
So I have a feeling that there's a lot of people buying houses. Honestly, I'm 62 years old. God, I sound like an old man. There is no way that these properties can go up $100,000 or $150,000 of value. I mean, are people just like crazy?
Yeah,
Because they've been cooped up in houses.
they really are.
And they're like, I don't care what it costs. I want a bigger house. And it's just gradually driven up the price. A lady that I work on her computer, her family her in-laws are pretty influential in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. And he was telling her, he said, 6 months, you'll be able to buy a house for nothing. Because it's going to be because they're building houses like it's going out of around here. It's going to come back and bite people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I think My daughter and her husband are in the process of getting pre-approved and everything, and I really think they should wait because this is not the right time because the housing market is so expensive right now, especially in California. I mean, it's just outrageous for So I would say, yeah, definitely. I mean, as much as you don't want to wait
Is
right
that
now,
Carolina daughter?
huh?
Is that Carolina daughter?
No, that's Julie.
That's one in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked up about a year ago, and a house about like mine in California was like $1.5 million,
Oh God.
Jeez.
and I was like, "Oh my God! I'm glad I live in Central Texas. By God, praise the Lord."
It's
You know,
it is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous.
$1.5 million for this thing. Sheesh.
Morning, Nessa. Morning, Mr. Sadie.
Morning, Mr. Stady. Good morning, Miss.
And they can't build even the subdivisions that are on the in the ground that just ready for houses. They can't get them up fast enough, and they'll be so blessed expensive if they can get wood to put the houses up.
Building materials, the prices are tripled, if not more.
Yeah.
So
I need to redo my bathroom floor, and I can't even afford to buy a piece of masonite hardly. I mean, it's like $40 for a piece that used item that was 11.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So
So I
put that off for a little while.
I just got the message from my fence guy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's $635 is what he gave me. So
Yeah, when I quit Home Depot 5 years ago, sheets of OSB were like $8.50 each,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're 30.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why can't you just keep that little orange screen fence up? Won't that keep Ringo in?
it has, but no,
Put his ass on a rope and about a 25, 30-foot rope, so he has plenty of room to run around in. Another thing that's going out of RVs, the tag-along campers, the trailers.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's downsizing.
They're buying those things up left and right because people are setting them up in, well, I got 2 acres of land. I can put a septic tank and 2 campers on it and rent it out for $400 a month.
yeah,
They're buying it up around here.
Yep.
I mean, even the ones that are just junk that they're
Well,
going to spend.
you don't even need building supplies when you do that.
Yep.
Cheaper way to go, actually.
Yeah.
Hank says campers are insane.
And nobody's nobody's moving. Okay, like nobody's moving, nobody's working, nobody's so nobody's accepting any new applicants for places to rent.
Right.
People that have had to leave their home because of anything, they don't have a place to live because there's no places open. So it's like that is so smart to, if you got a camper,
Yeah.
get in a camper.
You got a couple of acres, just set it up as RV city, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I told Vanya, I said, when your lease runs out on your apartment, you need to go out and buy you a dadgum, like 24-foot camper, and you'll have that sucker paid off in about 4 months just from not having to pay that $1,500 a month rent that you pay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My next door neighbor has a house that's to be rented, and it's been off the market for over a year and a half now, and they won't put it on the market to rent it because Crazy Cooper has not recalled the that's our governor. He hasn't recalled the moratorium on evictions and stuff like that. All they got to do is come in and pay the deposit and 1 month's rent to get into the place, and then say, "I'm not paying anymore."
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're like, once they put that take that moratorium off of for evictions, then which is like the end of this month, I think. Then they're going to put it back on the market.
It's crazy.
And
life.
I mean, this is really, I think, has really brought a new light to
Yeah,
you know,
I agree, Anissa. I agree with you. I mean, I understand people that were out of work because of COVID and everything. Well, it's not an issue any longer. And I mean, not saying that COVID's not here or anything anymore, but it's no longer really an issue, and they need to get back to work.
Mhm.
People need to get back to work.
McDonald's is paying a $500 sign-up bonus if you stay there 90 days.
McDonald's, my McDonald's is $200 sign-on bonus, plus you get $15 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to get a part-time job at McDonald's. That's what I'm thinking. Either there or Subway. And I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
It's a case where people should be working out. Which I shouldn't have called him Crazy Cooper, Governor Cooper, but he did do something smart. He's cutting off the all this federal subsidies and unemployment. He's cutting it off at the end of the month because businesses, small businesses, are looking for people and can't get people to work because they can't compete with that bonus. And he's got to cut it off. He says people, because I don't care. I'm 62 years old. Todd's 70. We don't have too many years left on this earth. We're not going to be paying for squat. But our grandkids and our great grandkids and our great great grandkids are going to be paying for all this crap.
Yep.
See, I was nice. I left you ladies out of it.
Yeah.
Quite 70.
Pickens said a lot of people are buying houses for Airbnb rentals.
Yeah.
We're making more on short-term rental than monthly renters. A management company on the OBX are starting to see it hurt their business. Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I've heard? I read it on a local community page yesterday on Facebook. There's people that are going and doing DoorDash and Instacart and stuff like that, and they're going across America doing that.
Really?
And that's how they're funding their trip.
Hey,
by doing DoorDash and Instacart and
a great idea.
stuff.
That is a great idea.
I know. I'm like, dang it, why didn't I think of that?
Well, it used to be people would want to, cut the strings and get on the road, and then they had to worry about trying to make money on, when their money starts running short, they have to making some more money. Well, DoorDash and all these Ubers and Lyfts and stuff like that just took that out of the equation. Tara said that their Taco Bell about 10 miles north of them are giving $1,000 signing bonus.
That's crazy. There was one of my good friends is he was working at Taco Bell for like 9 years, and he quit because he got so stressed out. But like, he was in the paper and they called him the voice of Taco Bell. He had like a radio voice, and they've tried to get him to be a DJ, and he does it at our local radio station, and he doesn't want to do it. But so they've asked him several times and everything, but he was working at Taco Bell for like 9 years, and he just quit like probably a month and a half ago. But he had saved up so much money from working all the time that he says, I'm just going to take a break for now, and then once I decide to go back to work, then it'll probably be somewhere where there's going to be more money than Taco Bell.
Yeah.
There was an article in the Observer about this teenager. Teenagers can only work so many hours if they're under 18 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
He was working 60 hours. He was working 20 hours at 3 different restaurants.
Oh my God. That sounds like something that my kids would do.
The article said that he told each manager when he applied for the job, he says, I have another job, and these are the hours that I'm available. Once you set the hours, we can't change it. And he was working 60 hours a week at McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Bojangles, I think it was.
That's hilarious. But I could see Jonah or Job doing something like that, just to get by,
nobody pays attention to it if you at a different company, because like Ronnie worked at McDonald's when he was in high school, and they would say, Ronnie would work late on certain days, and then the day he's supposed to work, they'd say, okay, well, you can leave in about 3 hours because you'll hit the max that you can work. And but he's working 60 hours a week. He was like 17. They have the energy.
Yeah. Well, I used to work a lot when I was young.
You still work a lot.
Well, yeah, but it's different now. I mean, there was lots of times that I either had 1 or 2 jobs and going to school. There was one time where I had 2 jobs. One was full time, one was part time, and I was going to school part time.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, how did I do that?
But that's how we did it. I mean, we were I think we were, workhorses, really. Because I remember, we both have done that. Gone to school. I went to school. I went to respiratory school full time and had 2 part-time jobs.
And 2 young kids.
And 2 daughters, all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in California?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Born and raised.
Come on, Tom, you knew that.
I knew that. I'm just amazed that it's such a work ethic in California. Oh, that's right. Your father would. He instilled that work ethic in you.
He instilled something. I don't know if it was work ethic, but he instilled something. Must have been that belt chasing me around.
Yeah.
That's just it. Kids today, God, I'm sounding so old today. Kids these days, they don't know what the sound of a belt whipping it through the air sounds like.
No, they don't.
I've mentioned it before. When I was there was a time that when you walked into a McDonald's or Hardee's or any of those places, the only people working were teenagers.
Right.
The oldest people in there were managers.
Right.
The adults that was in there. Now you go into them and there's all these adults, working behind the counter.
Middle-aged and even elderly. Yeah, there's some elderly people work at them too,
And but
I got a little 18-year-old that's the manager.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when back when I was 17, 18, driving age, you go to a McDonald's or something like that, just about everybody on Saturday night was working, went to school with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few fast food joints back then,
Yeah, and then you close up and then you go hang out.
Right.
In the parking lot or cruise Main.
Because there was no 24-hour shifts. McDonald's closed at about 11 o'clock. On
Mhm.
a Friday and Saturday and Sunday night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but see, this is the thing though. The school age children, they're they're not willing to work, or they'll always call in. I'm not gonna say all of them, but most of them. That's their generation. In their generation, it's awful because they don't have very good work ethic.
No.
the a guy I went to high school with, his family down in Georgia and Florida and Alabama had Burger Kings, like 15 of those suckers. The average age of their employees was like 53 years old. They had so many retired seniors. And he said if he could get rid of everybody except retired seniors, he said he would have been fine, because Maybell said she will come in and open up at 5, but at 10 o'clock she's walking out the door.
Yeah,
And she would be there at 5 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, she was picking up, or 10:05, she's picking up a person walking out the door.
right.
And he said, I would love, they were writing like 150 checks a week because they had so many part timers that were, in their 60s.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Hank, they can't put down that cell phone long enough. They got to keep it going all the time to work.
No, Hank, that bad work ethic, it came from their parents and people that obviously, like I think it was like the generation before. I think that was. That wouldn't be me, right? That wouldn't be my generation. It would be
Your mama's generation.
would it be my mom's
I'm your
generation?
mama's. Me and Todd are your mama's generation.
Well, yeah, because your mom's, yeah.
No, see,
That's the older generation than you. So then, yeah, it would be your mom.
around Mr. Brad's house,
I mean,
he was still the rooster around that place. He'd beat my ass, and if I was 17 years old, if he decided I needed it, he didn't care I was 17 years old.
I think there's a lot of younger kids in this generation that are not getting that good work ethic from their parents.
And I know some that, because of my boys, that I don't know. I'm going to use the word liberal, but not. You can go with where I'm going at here. They just don't think they have to do. They or their parents equals, and they don't have squat. And it's just, I don't know. People are going to have a rude awakening at some point. That especially when they're out on their own, because I would be, if I was my boy's age, in their early 20s, and I would be having a fit about all this money is being spent, because sooner or later it's going to trickle down and hit me, as far as being a young person. Like I said, Todd and I, probably Mr. Sadie, we won't have to worry about when China starts calling in their loans. It'll be all up to you young people and our grandkids and our great grandkids.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going to be paying for it.
Mr. Sadie said, my two sons are in their 30s. One manages a tire store and the other sold over 10 million in roofs last year. And they both hold the door open for women and respect their elders. And that's just, that's from you. That's from you teaching them that.
I think that age is good. I think that generation is good. It's the generation after them.
The 20-somethings.
Yeah,
The
I would say
25 and younger.
I would say I don't even know what the names they call them anymore. It's not even it's millennials, but it's not even the millennials. It's the they're
Yeah.
even younger than that. You know.
And if anybody's in their 20s in here, just listen to this. You're not included in that group because you're listening to the show. You have a work ethic. But it's going to take a while for this economy to rebound. I don't care what people say.
Sally, where do you think our because I mean we're all workhorses. All four of us are.
Yeah.
We are all. I guess maybe it could have came from just
From your dad.
growing up. I don't know. Because I don't really consider my dad like a workhorse. I mean, he worked at the same company for 30 something years, but I just don't consider him like a
Was
workhorse.
it your father or Sally's father?
That's my father,
Her.
Sally's father. Yeah.
Generation Z's.
You know my daddy, he is a workaholic. You can see him in a whole
He's
bunch
an
of movies.
alcoholic.
No. No.
They're called Generation Z's. Gen Z's.
I don't know. I don't know. I definitely think if my mom had the option, she really didn't have a lot of options as far as, doing what she needed to do. I think if she was allowed to do what she wanted, I think we would have seen that workhorse in her, but she wasn't allowed to do a lot of the stuff
Right.
she wanted to do.
Right, because she had to be home at a certain time, and she had to take care of us, and she had to make sure dinner was done, and
So I didn't really, and she died at a young age. I mean, she was 53 when she died. So, she just didn't get a whole lot of time to be able to, But I think if she was given that chance, I definitely think that she would have. So maybe it's more of like a survivor skill that we all have in us that,
yeah.
don't let the bastards grind you down type of thing.
And this one says, "Uh-oh, a thumbs down. Don't like our truth talk."
That's
You're only in your 40s. I swear, I thought you were more getting close to me and Todd's age.
who?
Listen, my brother is 10 years younger than me, and he's allergic to work. He is 30. So that
Alan?
means the fish is like 40. I swear I thought he was up there with me and Todd.
He is. I don't know who he's fooling.
Yeah, I don't think he's 40.
No.
I missed that. Who are we talking about?
25.
Fishing and picking.
Oh, fishing and picking. I don't know how old he is.
Well, he says he's in his 40s. I thought he was up in the 50s or 60s. The way he talks, he sounds like an old man.
He does.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's got to be at least 50.
Oh yeah, he's probably pushing 60, I would say. I could be in trouble for that.
Real pissed if he's 40.
Ain't fooling no one here, Mimit Fishing. Ain't fooling no one. But no. I mean, I just
110.
I have always been the, just go after it and if you want something, you go get it. You make it happen. And you do that at all costs.
We've been looking for Roberta another vehicle, and then we stopped by one of the dealerships. That's where I get a daily text message from the guy that we talked to about. We got some good deals. You come on in. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, are people not buying cars? I didn't think they were making enough cars. There wasn't enough cars in the system to justify daily messages about trying to sell cars.
I really don't think there's a lot of people out there buying cars right now.
The price of cars has gone up so much. I'm in sticker shock.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to buy one, and I'm just balking right now because I don't know where the money's coming from. They went up a bunch in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
She wants that little Toyota, doesn't she? Is that what she's wanting?
She wants a mid-size SUV, yeah.
Well, I
Like
take the little one.
Toyota Highlander is kind of what
Yeah.
she's looking at, but
Right. I was thinking she was wanting the one that's smaller than that. But
yeah.
And Toyotas are, the sticker price is what they're asking because they can get it.
Yeah, maybe one of those Hyundai Santa Fe's, but there ain't nothing cheap. They're just, I look at them and go, holy crap. That's a lot of money.
Mercedes, you can buy a Mercedes for some of the prices of these fully loaded rice burners. The little Toyotas, Mazdas, Chevrolets, Fords. I mean, $50,000. Is that the one that y'all bought, Tara?
I think Fishing and Pickens lying right there. He wasn't born in 80.
I think he means 1880.
Mhm.
Or 1890. He's got his numbers backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. The price of cars are just unreal.
Yeah, and even on like Facebook and stuff, there's not. I mean, there used to be a ton of freaking cars and houses, and there's nothing on there anymore, really. Just junk.
As far as cars go, houses go, as soon as you put it on Facebook, they got to take it right back down because it's sold to somebody in New Jersey that hadn't even seen it. They're buying it by the picture. Yeah, $774,000 car payment. That sounds like awful steep right there for $72.
No doubt.
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen that. Shirley said Ford is supposed to be coming out with that. It's called the Maverick, and it's $20,000 pickup. I was actually looking at that.
Yeah, they're pretty spiffy looking little trucks.
It does look like a really nice truck.
It must be a little bitty thing that runs on gerbil power.
I don't know.
It's got one of their. It starts off with like their 3-cylinder small engine, which still has a lot of horsepower. Because a buddy of mine's got a Bronco Sport, and it's got the 3-cylinder in it, and that sucker will fly.
I love those Bronco Sports. I was drooling when I seen it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
this is so pretty.
Roberta rented a car to drive up to her parents' house, and she had a Chevy Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she rented, and those were really nice. But God, they're so freaking expensive. Yeah, Tara, I said a Chevy.
Yeah.
Hey, but you can't. And really, we liked it, and she probably would have got one like it, but we can't find any. That's not white. Everything's white. She didn't like white cars.
I like those new Ford Bronco commercials. Instead of rough, tough guys that are climbing cliffs and stuff, they got 2 women going out
You bet.
kayaking.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the water looks great, and riding 4-wheel drive up and down canyons.
Look, I live in Yuppie City. you would have never seen so many four-wheel drive Fords and Chevys and Dodges and Toyotas and Nissans that have never been off the dadgum road. They use them to go out to Lowe's and pick up their seed for their yard and maybe some bales of pine straw. You just not, people just don't. Even though those are toy trucks, according to Tara, if you got to get into the 250 before you get into a real truck. But yeah, Valerie, I could see you driving a Maverick.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking of either a Maverick or a. I was just gonna get a Ford F-150. Is kind of what I had my thoughts on.
Right.
Used, but that's. But I mean, a Maverick maybe it's a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit smaller than a Ford F-150, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want a truck. That's what I want.
My brother has a business and he buys a lot of trucks because they put a lot of miles on them. He was looking at he looked at Chevys and Fords for just a work truck.
Mm-hmm.
2 doors, radio, heater, air conditioning, vinyl floors, and no carpet, vinyl seats, 6-cylinder, and it was still almost $40,000.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you might as well, if you're going to spend the money, you might as well get one that's dressed to the gills.
Yeah.
Which my dad, his last truck that he bought before he had to stop driving, it was nicer than their Lincoln. I mean, it had everything on it.
Yeah. Well, it is 9:02. You know what time it is. Time to get to work. I gotta get some packages packaged up. I gotta do some errands. So I hope everybody has a great day, great week. Get some stuff done, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.